How's everyone doing? Um, Hope everyone's doing good on this lovely Saturday afternoon. Just got back a little while ago. I was working on some things. Went out, did a little digging today. Hit some garage sales. Didn't find any good records I wanted. Nothing I wanted to take home. Sometimes you win some, you lose some. Did find a couple of the video games for the boy though. He found some Xbox One games he was excited about, so that's cool. But yeah, I was just gonna pop on for a few minutes and talk a little bit. I was thinking um, about just the experience that you can sometimes have on YouTube, on social media, on the internet. You know, we all know that the internet can be kind of a weird place. It's not always pleasant, not always fun. Um, I generally have gotten good at, whether it be just scrolling past something I don't like, something I don't agree with or whatnot. I just kind of move on from that stuff. Uh, I think that's more important than ever in this day and age to kind of just be able to just not engage with things, especially when it comes to the internet. Um, but yeah, YouTube is kind of a different thing. You know, it's not really like social media, is it? It's I don't consider it a social media really. Um, it's a platform where it's kind of where we all have our own TV channels, right? Where we're you'd think we should be able to just express our opinions and kind of say what we want, do what we want, put out what we want, and I feel that's how it should be. I don't think I don't think you should think too much about what others think about when you are making any kind of videos. Obviously, if it's a career, you're a career YouTuber or something. You got to think about trends and all that kind of thing and making money and stuff. But for smaller channels like us, I don't think I don't think it's something that we should have to think about. You should be able to make what you want and not worry about anything. Um, but I don't know. You guys ever have like the experience, whether it be on social media or on YouTube, where there's just like a certain other individual who it might not be negativity or anything, but there's sort of like a little bit of like passive aggressive kind of things that I don't know. It just kind of affects your experience, whether it be their comments or things that they put out. Sometimes it can be people that you're not even like don't know in person. Uh, they're just maybe a friend of a friend, or maybe it's just someone slightly in passing or something like through the community, like so a former coworker or someone that you just but you don't know type thing. But on YouTube it's kind of funny because in the communities we don't generally most people haven't met in person. With just some have. I know in the music community some people they've met at like NAM and different shows and stuff like that. But I haven't met, I don't think, very many at all, people in the community on YouTube. But there's something about, sometimes it's just like a certain vibe of a person, can just kind of bum out your experience, just sort of make it kind of, I don't know, sort of lame in a way. Just kind of ruin your mood and experience, and it can be something. It can be something that's not necessarily that they're trying to ruin your day or anything. But it's just like not everybody is supposed to be friends, I guess. Hey, Roberto, thanks for dropping by. Audrey, hello, hi, hi. Um, yeah, so people, sometimes you just don't click with with another individual, and you need to just either not be friends with them, whether it be on social media, or just not engage with people on YouTube. And I've had the experience lately of well, I made a video a while back that I um, was misinterpreted and whatnot, and I ended up making a follow up video, kind of sort of apologizing, even though I don't feel like I didn't apologize for anything I said. I think I just was apologizing that someone took it that way. It's like, sorry if someone takes something the wrong way, but I'm not gonna feel bad or say anything bad or feel bad about anything. But hey, what's up, Trusto? Thank you for dropping in. Just a little impromptu live. Just thinking about like the experience of being around on the internet, and just how certain people, sometimes you'll just catch a vibe and a sort of feeling and mood from someone that kind of just bums out your experience, even though maybe they're not doing anything directly negative towards you. It's just like you just feel like, man, every time you look at something that they've done or said, or a comment they made on your whatever, and it can be on YouTube or whatever social media platform you're on. I think a lot of people have had this experience, and I think it's okay to just unfriend, unfollow, unsubscribe on whatever it is, on whatever platform it is. Yeah, energy zappers. Yeah, it's like and maybe maybe it's just like, it's just to you personally. It's just, how some people just don't click. There's just like certain personalities don't mesh together, and that can really bum out your experience. Can happen here on YouTube, and it's all right to just just to kind of cut that kind of energy out of your life. It can happen in real life too. It can be someone that you hung out with, a friend, or somebody that you realized that you just you just don't enjoy their contribution to whatever it is, a conversation or a situation. You just don't really like what they do, and it's okay to cut those kind of people out. Hey, Michael, how you doing? We catch a vibe as well, cause yeah. Hi, Big Dubs. What's up? So yeah, I was just it's okay to just cut people out sometimes, and it doesn't have to be malicious or like vicious or mean. It's just for your own kind of mental stability, happiness, to make your experience on things better. Because it's one thing, to just scroll past or to ignore, but then when it's like, they're engaging with you, and they're, sometimes it's like almost can't ignore it, when it's someone that's, and you're in the, maybe you're in the same community with, maybe it's a coworker or someone that, but online, it's okay to just freaking cut them out. You know what I mean? So I think, I've had that experience a little bit lately. I've followed a lot of new people on YouTube as of late, these last month or two, and I found that not, maybe it wasn't, it's not always the best thing for somebody, and that's okay. And but I was just thinking about it today, because I've been looking at some, and some is just like, something was bumming me out, and I was like, yeah, this is just kind of like, I don't know, it was the energy and stuff was just like, it was, but yeah, anyhow, it's okay to just split with that. Trusto, I'm missing the Monkey Island lives after every day. It's like, wow, it's like, I'm sure a lot of us are like, man, it's like a gap in our lives now. Hopefully you guys are back up and running, man. It was a missed popcorn night. See, Michael says, you know what it is? You're a Colonel Sanders looking dude. With that, people can form an opinion. I am a Colonel Sanders looking dude. I am. The older I get, the more Colonel Sanders I definitely get. I get that. My kids said that too. But um, shit, me too. Moser, what's up, man? Good to see you. Um, yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that, and because I've been dropping a lot of videos lately about gear and stuff. Um, that is what it is. Oh, that's okay, Michael. I don't know any of you. It doesn't matter. This isn't for any of his. I'm not looking for a lot of views or anything. People are dropping off and not into it, then you know, split. I don't give a crap. That don't matter to me. That's not why I do this. Um, but the people that matter hear the message, and that's all. That's all that I care about. Take it easy, man. Yeah, I'm not like upset or sad about it or nothing like that. I just wanted to kind of say that it's okay to just like be like, and I would expect the people to feel the same way about me. If someone like watches my stuff and is like, "Oh, I don't agree with that. I don't like it. It's bumming me out or whatever," then totally unsubscribe and don't watch the stuff. And that's kind of how I'm feeling with some things and some people in life. Just sometimes you got to just freaking cut shit out, and that can be, sometimes it can be family, and that can be really sad. I've known people who've had to cut off family. I haven't really had to do that in my life. But yeah, it can be any situation. It sucks when it's like a coworker or someone that you have to deal with still, luckily I don't have that situation. Everyone I work with is pretty cool, but yeah, man, it's been a good day here. I went out digging earlier, hit some garage sales and thrift stores, but didn't find nothing. No records, and that's all right, man. That's okay. I don't always have to bring home a big old freaking stack of records, right? But yeah, KFC. Yeah, I should be. I should make some money for that. Yeah, I'm starting to get the Sanders going ever since I went gray, huh? That's all right. You know what Colonel Sanders got? Ladies. That's what that motherfucker got. Straight up ladies. The Colonel was a baller, So, what up, George? How you doing, man? Driving and lurking? Now be careful. Uh, yeah, man. But I was just gonna talk about that. I definitely hit the unsubscribe button and unfriended some people I went through and just kind of went over my social media and the YouTube and the places I go and just like was like, you know what? Why have these things on there that kind of are bumming you out or zapping your energy? Just freaking cut it out. That's all that matters. So you got it, Gray American. One order of sliders. I don't even eat KFC. That place, it's. I'm not a fan. Give me Popeye's chicken any day over KFC, or even some like Chick-fil-A or something like that. You know what's good is Raising Cane's. Now I could get down with some Raising Cane's for sure. But we don't really have much here in this small area. But yeah, I just was gonna pop in. I was thinking about it, and I just want to say, like, it's okay to cut out things from your life and people from your life that are bumming you out. And it doesn't have to be a negative or malicious thing, So that's all I was thinking about, guys. But yeah, and I was talking about gear with another friend of mine this morning. We were talking about, he was talking about the gear infatuation video and how I shouldn't have apologized or anything like that. And it is what it is. It's done. I'm over it, and I have no regrets. Uh, be a healthy you for you. Hell yeah, yeah, Moser, for sure. And sometimes being healthy for you means not letting other things that are bumming you out influence you or whatever. But it's not like these aren't like things that were like people. It's just like you see you see their stuff and you're like you just roll your eyes all the time at things. And sometimes yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like why am I engaging with someone that a lot of times it can be people you don't even know, like friends of friends and stuff, or people on it can be like or someone you've never met in person. And maybe if you met in person, it would be a totally different situation, and you guys would be able to have a different vibe, you know. But sometimes it's just the internet's a weird place like that, you know. Uh, internet's just messed up anyway. It's been really messed up lately. Uh, really messed up. We went off a little bit about this on the last one, but yeah, facts. Yeah, man. So yeah, I just he was talking, and I was like, you know, when it comes to the gear stuff, like I'm not gonna stop talking about. It's my freaking channel, man. I'll say whatever the hell I want, and if certain people feel upset about it, then go somewhere else. You know, I'm not here to make money or do anything. You know, like I'm not gonna make a career out of freaking YouTube. Like, so I don't really care if people want to take their, you know, and a lot of this, excuse me, a lot of the things are so like kind of like under the table passive aggressive vibes that I'm getting from it. And maybe I'm just reading too much into it, you know, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's just kind of, it's a bummer, you know, to see and feel like someone's like, I don't know. Some people are just weird too. You know, when you don't know someone on the internet too, it's like you don't know what their real state of mental health is or what kind of how stable they are and stuff. So when you hear certain things or you know see certain comments and things, it makes you wonder like, well, like how you know not necessarily like I'd be scared or think someone's dangerous, but it's like I don't know. It just makes you like kind of weird. Like what the I don't know this person really. Like what the hell might they really be like? You know, it's meeting people off the internet can be crazy. What up, Viral? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing good today, sir. Haven't seen a lot of. I was out today, but I looked. I didn't see very many people streaming today. I think caught just a few minutes of Recon this morning. Always try and jump in at least for a minute there and give him a like because he's a talented motherfucker. That dude. I really like his beats and stuff he does. And yeah, man, I was going to work on this third song, try and finish this up. Of I decided I'm not going to be releasing like before. I would do a song, make video, release it onto YouTube. Right now, I'm kind of holding on to them because I'm going to try and make that record. I want to make that album, so I'm kind of going to stash some stuff and then go through it and pick the ones. But doing some stuff with the GR Mega. There's a big I got the alert to yesterday that they just did another firmware update that fixes some stuff. So before I get started, I'm going to update the firmware. You got to like load it on an SD card and drop it in and stuff. But it was cool. On one of my GR Mega videos, Tasty Chips came and made a really nice comment on there about my artistry and using the instrument with it. Really nice. That was cool to see. Manufacturer popping in and saying something cool. That was nice. I also got a comment from it was funny from two manufacturers in the same day. The guy who made the third wave popped onto one of my videos. I did a little no talking video, and he popped on and made a nice comment about and shared some information. So it's kind of cool. But I really like that one from the Tasty Chips guy was really cool. That was a nice thing to wake up to. But make that album. Yeah, dude, that is the goal. That is the goal. And you guys got me thinking on the vinyl thing because you know my dream was always to it used to be I wanted to have a 7-inch back when I used to play in like punk and metal bands and stuff when I was younger. Me and my friends used to always talk about how amazing it would be to have like a 7-inch 45, you know, with just like 2 or 3 songs on it. And we never got that done. I always, and that's like a regret of mine. Never once got. I don't know because there's something about. It's awesome to have your music on the internet or have a tape or a CD made. I have CDs of bands that I've been in, but there's something just about being on vinyl that just makes it like real. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like that. So you guys have kind of put that bug in my head lately, and I was like, if I do this, maybe I should just make, you know, like put it out, try and make at least I don't know, like 100 records or something like that, or nothing crazy, but yeah, man, it's dope. tangible is nice to have and pass down. True, true. You know, some dude in 100 years can be at the Goodwill or whatever and find my record for, you know, like I'm finding records from the 70s and 60s. You never know. But yeah, to hand it down to the pass it down through the family and stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's not cheap to do, but so yeah, that's my goal is over this next, you know, I'm not going to put a time limit on it. I'm just going to, as the songs come, I've got almost three that I want to put towards it right now. So yeah, man, that's kind of the goal and what I'm working towards. Because like I said before, for a lot of us, isn't this? It's about making music. You know, even for some people, it's just about playing and playing around and stuff, and that's cool. But for a lot of us, I want to actually put out a record and have a tangible real thing would be just fucking dope, you know. That'd be sick. I would love that. Yeah, I didn't want to make it negative and stuff, the stuff I was talking about earlier. It's just, yeah, I just feel like there's just, you know, sometimes you get a vibe from people, man. And not everybody, most everybody up here and in the community we're all in, the different communities that kind of intersect, is super cool, and I really like them and get a good vibe from. But then there's just some people that, you know, and it's few and far between. But sometimes you'll come across someone that it just you're just like, this is just, you just get a weird, creepy, like kind of weird sensation vibe from them um that you're just like, and after a while it starts to kind of like affect your experience. um that you're just like, you know, you look at YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, whatever the hell you're on, and just be like, ah, it's just like you roll your eyes and you're like, God, why am I looking at this? Why am I? It's affecting me to the point where I'm like actually kind of bumming out on it. Then like freaking cut it out of your life, you know? Um, because after a while, like, you know, you can't always necessarily scroll past something that's a comment or like a worded post. I mean, you can, but anyhow, yeah. Just want to say it's okay to just, you know, and it doesn't mean you dislike that person or anything. It just means you don't want to engage with them on the internet. You know, in person, like I said, might be a totally freaking different experience. You know, same here. Your album is priority. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. You guys, I mean, you guys kind of spurred the idea for me. I mean, not that I haven't thought of it in the past, but when you guys like really kind of got lit a fire under me, because I was already wanting to make this record, you know what I mean? And I was planning on putting out all those songs that are already up on the channel, the ones I've submitted to Popcorn Night and stuff, the older stuff I've done over the last few years. Thought about putting that as a record, but then I don't know. It feels like that stuff's out, and the newer stuff I'm doing is different. Has a different feel, and you know, just it's. I feel like I want to make it something totally new and nobody's heard, so it'll come out and be like, you know, a whole new thing that people can experience. Not something to be like, oh, you buy a record and be like, oh, I heard that song already. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I'll put those other songs out at some point on something else, or just put them online. But yeah, this new thing's gonna be. I'm working hard on. I'm pretty stoked on the first two, and this third one's shaping up nicely. Um, and it's gonna be diverse. You know me. It's gonna kind of. I'm gonna try and group the songs where it'll be, you know, mellower stuff into kind of heavier stuff, and not have it quite be so all over the place like it seems like with like my videos and stuff. Try and have some kind of cohesion and vibe that flows instead of just is jagged from song to song. But yeah, yeah, man. Uh, gonna watch a flick with the kids. They got me watching the Hunger Games movies. My daughter discovered the Hunger Games. Ordered the books for her, so we watched the first two, and we're starting the third one tonight. So that's the plan. Maybe some pizza or something, and the Hunger Games sounds amazing, huh? Now those movies are all right. I don't mind them. I never saw them all back in the day, so she's stoked on them, and my boys watching them. So that's the plan for this evening. But I'm gonna, before dinner, I'm gonna try and work for. Um, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes on this track. I'm adding a few more things to it, and it's this album's gonna feature the GR Mega a lot. That and the Linstrument has become like my prime tools that I'm using. I'm also gonna the Quantum and the Muse obviously will have a huge part of it, and then lots of the beats and all that's gonna be coming from the modular stuff, like a lot, most all of percussion and all of that's gonna be like the Perkins and Labyrinth and DFAMs, because those things are insane. And I've got it now where I can MIDI clock them from the GR over here. Um, DFAM doesn't have MIDI, but there's a device. Oh, and that reminds me, there's an update that came up for that. It's called the DFAM thing. It's this dude in New Zealand. Let me see if I can grab it here. It's plugged in. But, so it's a lot nicer, the one he makes now. I got one of the originals when they're kind of still prototype thing. But it's this guy in this garage in called his company's called Serendipity, and he makes a few cool things for modular and stuff. I think he changed the name to just the thing now. I have one of the originals. But what this does is it makes your DFAMs MIDI. It turns you can have MIDI control, and you can do all different types of stuff with sequencing. And you could do random and change the steps and have all kinds of things that you cannot do on it. And you got MIDI in, reset in, trigger in, advance, run stop. So this really, really helps a lot for using, because people always complain about, oh, DFAM doesn't have MIDI. And it's like, yeah, it does now. So, yeah, that guy's cool. He's got another couple new devices coming too, but I emailed him because I never got an update on this. He never had any updates for it. And when I originally got it, I don't know, I've had this for like 2 or 3 years now, but he said he was going to do some updates for it. And so I emailed him finally recently, I don't know, about a month ago. And I was like, hey, his name's Ken, really, really nice guy. Shipped it out like pretty quick, all the way from New Zealand. Or is it Australia? I think it's New Zealand. But he was like, shot me back a message really quick and was like, hey, he updated the website now, and the firmware's on there. You can go and upgrade the firmware. And I forgot to do it. I just remembered, because it works fine. You know, I'm not sure what improvements that the new firmware does. I think it's going to be more different modes you can do for the sequencer is what I think is going to be on there. But I'm going to do a video on that because people asked me about that. When I made a video on this like a year or two ago, and people asked me like how to update the firmware. And I was like, well, I don't know. You can reach out to Ken. And at the time, the one I'd gotten had the latest firmware, I believe. But yeah, so that makes it cool because you can clock like into Syntakt or Perkins and then MIDI sync all the clock to the DFAMs and the rest of all the rest of the sound system, whatever you want to call it, the Moog world there. They all have MIDI. So you can clock everything. I can do it right here from my Linstrument, which is super cool because then I can come in with 4 tracks on, stereo track for my drums and, stereo track for the GR Mega. So pretty exciting. They grow fast, brother. Man, you telling me, dude, my daughter just turned into a teenager like 3 weeks ago. It's insane. I swear she was just like my little baby girl, and now she's a freaking teenager who wants to be on her phone and talking to her friends all the time. It's insane. Dope flicks. Yeah, the Hunger Game flick, they are good. They are good. I can't lie, I'm not bummed that I'm watching it with them. Can't wait to hear the album, bro. Yeah. I'm hoping by maybe come early spring or something. I want to have at least like 10, 12 tracks for it. We'll see. I don't know if I don't know. I want to just make a bunch and then, maybe just use obviously the best ones. And then, but if I could get 12 good songs that I'm happy with to throw on there, I'll be pretty happy. I think that would be cool. And then, man, if I could get on vinyl, I already have the album cover made, because I was gonna, when I made that, I was gonna use it to release the songs, all the music that I've done over the last 3 years, And then, but I really like that album cover. I was like, this is like too dope to use for that music. I want to make like, so it was cool to like have that now as like an inspiration to work towards. I got a title and everything for it with, and my brother's a badass artist. He did the art for it. And then I just did like the fonts and the logo and like the name of the album and stuff. So, but I have it worked out. But now it feels like it's like I have something to like create towards. So each song is like, oh, this is going to be for this album. You know what I mean? It's given me a whole different kind of approach to making it. Kind of lit a fire under me a little bit to want to do this more. Having the art and all that ready and knowing that each song that I'm making is going on there, it feels like it's like, I don't know, just legit like making a project instead of just a song. You know what I mean? I don't know. I kind of like this way. I might, when I, if I do another one, like, that's kind of the approach I think I like, to have already a name in mind and like an idea of what I want, instead of just, you know, throwing some songs that I wrote that were totally random together. So yeah, can't wait to hear it. That's awesome. MIDI's important. Can't flow without it. It really is, man. Yeah. Got to thank Dave Smith. Rest in peace. I was just watching a little interview of him talking about the start of MIDI the other night. Yeah, man, having it on the DFAM was huge, because that was always, it wasn't that big of a thing because you can trigger it with CV from like the other ones or other modular stuff, but it makes it so much simpler and easier to just clock it and have it all there than, you know what I mean? So yeah, this guy, he's got another product coming out. I got to check it out again, that he was telling me about in the email. That but cool dude. These things look a lot nicer too. He's got like nice cases for them, and like it doesn't look like mine is. Looks like a prototype. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but hell yeah, guys. When's the Monkey Island coming back, man? You guys gonna be? Did you get your? Still waiting on getting your thing? Um, I know you guys getting close to the end of your run. What a bummer! What bummer timing! Couldn't have, should have happened right at like 366 days, huh? Hopefully Monday, right on. Yeah, missing you guys' your daily thing. I know. I can't imagine how fucking hard that must be, dude. To do that every single day. Is it's I mean, hats off to you guys. It's badass. It's amazing. It's just got to be incredibly taxing, I'm sure, at this point. But you guys do a really good job of it, and have built such an awesome community over there, and met so many cool people, and just really mad respect for what you guys do. Um, and it just everybody in there is so much talent, you know. It's just really really cool what you guys have done. Monkey Island is a great place to. I'm glad I found it. I came in late. I had kind of discovered it a little earlier and jumped in a few times. You guys probably don't even remember, but then with my work schedule there, and when you guys came in, I'd watch sometimes like replays. I could never catch it live for a long time. And then when with my medical stuff, being out of work for a bit, I started coming in daily for a bit, and that's when. But yeah, you guys are awesome. We will do a quick live after you for an update. Right on. Yeah, I'll jump on for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get down. I'll check you guys out while I'm gonna download this update for the GR Mega, because I want to get that in. There's a weird little freaking bug where on the last update where like one of the LFO knobs is not behaving correctly, and that's something I use a lot. So anyway, I'm gonna update that thing and go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for dropping in. Appreciate you guys. Got a couple videos dropping soon, and I'll be around trying to upload. If you can't tell, a lot. I'm trying this upright thing. Seems to be going okay, but yeah. Gray American, Trusto, Moser. Who else we got here? We got Viral was in here. Yeah, you guys are awesome, man. I really appreciate y'all for dropping in. Some other people that George was driving. Don't wreck, George. Trying to see later. All right, guys. Yeah, PMA all day, every day. Peace.